Which one do you want to be? So you have to create your coral reef garden or your social media platform in a way that when people visit it, they know this is a business, they have services, they sell products, they offer this, they offer that, and there's options of free things and then there's paid things, so that you're set that scene. So that's the very first thing.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome. And I'm super excited to be here with you today. Happy Thursday to everyone. Today, I have an awesome guest, and I'm absolutely delighted. This is actually the first time that I have personally met Katya. Am I saying your name right? Katya?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
You're perfect.
Just a little bit of background. So today our topic is all about viral content marketing. And we are going to be talking specifically about how to create 30 days of viral client attracting content. And Katya is going to share some insights and lots of her wisdom. So a little bit of background is I personally have been using her graphics, her products. Gosh, I think it's been about a year now. And so they are amazing. Why I invited her to speak with me today is because one of the things I hear all the time, day in and day out, is just how cumbersome it can be to be on Instagram, right? It's just a lot of work. And especially when it comes to the graphics and just creating those eye-popping, posts. So I invited Katya to join us today to talk about some strategies to help you to nail it, absolutely nail it, and pretty effortlessly, I might add. So with that little background being said, let's go ahead. We're going to talk about how to turn strangers into super fans and clients with social media without having that yucky, pushy kind of feeling or wasting half of your life online, right? We want to do this easy, right? All right, so let me jump in. I'm so happy to have you. Like I said, this is the first time that we've actually met. I've been kind of a behind the scenes customer for Client, maybe at least a year. So really want to welcome you. So why don't we jump in? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Katya, and I'm originally from Bulgaria, but I currently live in Malta, if anybody knows where that is. And I help experts. I work with a lot of experts and help them to really make their message famous so that they can reach the people that really need their work. And it was only a few years ago that I was a complete nobody on the internet. Like I had 0 followers at all, apart from just my friends on Facebook. And I very quickly discovered different ways of hacking the platform, so to speak, organically. And when I say hacking, I don't mean buying bots or buying followers, because that is just stay away from them. That's all I'm going to say. But I mean that I just found out that I was very quickly able to study what performs on different platforms. And I was very quickly able to then use that into making it my own, creating my own content and really growing audiences really quickly. So much so that I went from 0 followers to getting 1,300 followers in 3 weeks to then launching a membership and replacing my full-time banking income in another couple weeks. So it was 3 months from I'm just here having fun on this platform to holy cow, I don't need to work anymore.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
And by the way, I always say my story is very rare. I truly believe that most people, it really takes them a lot longer to replace their income. And I think I just had this knack for really quickly picking up on what is really working. And because I built an audience of 1,300 people, I was able to convert 60 of them into my membership when I launched it. And I just became obsessed with helping other people and bringing people together, creating content. And over the years, I built a pretty significant audience of over 100,000 people across all platforms, and ended up selling over $2 million in digital products along the way, and really figured out, wow, like I can help people to grow and monetize your social media. And that's really what I've been focusing on. And my specialty has been viral content marketing, especially for Instagram and Facebook. Like, those are my two favorite platforms. So that's how we got here. And it's
What a
been
cool story.
a couple of years.
What did you do before?
I was working in Santander, which is one of the biggest banks in the world.
Okay.
Uh, I started as a personal banker. I used to sell credit cards, finance, insurance. By the way, I was horrible at it. I wasn't a good salesperson. I was not good at it. And then I moved into I became an executive assistant for the managing director. And then I just kind of got a little bit bored. I love what I did. I love the people. I wasn't one of these people that hated my job by any means, but I think it was when I got an increase of salary from £27,000 a year to £31,000 a year, when I was like, my responsibility was one of a 40 to 50K kind of person. I was just kind of like, meh, I can probably do better than that myself. And that's when I quit. So, yeah, long story. That was 6 years ago.
Oh my God. So you have really accomplished a lot in a very, very short time. Amazing. Don't you? I really, myself, I just love to hear those kind of success stories, right? Especially when you can be the driver of your own destiny, right? You're not dependent on an employer. I mean, that's why I get so fired up about what I do is, helping other healthcare practitioners to be able to work on their own, do their own thing, treat and help patients and clients as they want, not like how the hospital dictates, right? So it's such a great success. I love to
Oh,
hear
yeah, for
that.
sure. For sure. For
So,
sure.
all right. So you started playing with the platform. It sounds like, was it Instagram back then, or was it?
At first, I was actually I helped on Periscope when it was brand new, and then I moved everyone from Periscope into Facebook,
Yes.
and then I moved people from Facebook into Instagram, and then Periscope died, and I just stuck with Facebook and
Go figure.
Instagram.
Oh, that's a whole other conversation,
That's a
right?
whole other conversation.
I remember
But
when I thought
but yeah.
Periscope was going to be the thing, and lo and behold, it didn't turn out that way.
And it was, you know what? I would say this. If you are seeing a platform that's coming up, like, sure, it might die. But if you do build a following on that platform, it's very easy to move people across. So if I didn't use Periscope, I wouldn't have had a business. If I didn't jump on Clubhouse when it was brand new, I wouldn't have built 30,000 followers that I was able to move over to Instagram. So I'm a huge believer in leveraging
Okay.
anything that's currently working and trending, and leveraging that to build your brand, and then have your main platform be on Facebook and Instagram, and funnel everybody into there and into your list most of all. So that's always been my philosophy anyway.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about like, why do people have such a hard time with consistency on social media? Like, let's
Yeah.
get right into the meat of this. And yeah, what do you think? What is it about, that consistency piece, and what do we do about it?
Yeah. So the thing about that I notice with a lot of experts online is, first of all, we're always so busy with serving our clients. Let's be honest. So, and also, many of you watching this, you didn't get into the profession to become a marketer. That's not what you joined to be. You joined to be a practitioner. So what tends to happen is most of your time tends to be consumed by practicing. And what happens is creating content then becomes another job. And when you have another job, most people tend to really struggle when they have a blank screen and they just have no idea what to post. I find the number one reason people struggle to be consistent isn't because they don't want to be, or they're lazy, or they don't have a good enough team, or they don't have good enough or they don't have enough knowledge. It's one of two things. They either struggling with what to post, like, I don't know what to post, I have no idea what to post, or they have way too many ideas and they're like, well, which one do I post? I'm overwhelmed, and how do I know it's going to be the one that's going to work? And what if I spend 2 hours working on a post and then nothing works? Does anyone resonate with any of that? Let me know in the chat. But those are the two biggest reasons when people are, and I always say this, when you start from a blank screen, your mind doesn't know where to focus on. You're looking at a blank screen and you're just like, well, I can talk about this. Oh, but I had a client yesterday and they had this problem. I can talk about that problem. Ooh, but I'm not very inspired by that topic. So you see, it's this cycle of overthinking and being overwhelmed, and cycle of being frozen, packed with the desire to be perfect with it, packed with the desire to post and have hundreds of likes and comments immediately and seek that instant gratification too. I definitely would say that social media is an instant gratification place. That's what it is. And I think we've been trained to believe that if nobody likes our posts, that we aren't good enough. And it's like, when you really think about it, if somebody doesn't like your post, what that means is that you either don't have enough people that see your post, or the people that you have aren't the right people, or even if they're the right people, the post just wasn't clear, didn't resonate, didn't encourage them to comment, and so on and so on. So I found that through that, and this is true for me, Leslie, by the way. I don't know how you work best, but I work best when I have a template to get me started. Like, if you tell me go post a quote, I'll be like, okay, open Canva. What do I start? Do I go through the thousands of templates that Canva has? Oh, but like, they're all different styles and 5 million people are using. It's just like, it's just too much. So I figured that by creating my own templates and creating templates that I can start from, and that includes social media post templates, graphic templates, email templates, sales page templates. Like, I just launched a brand new offer, and I use one of my sales page templates to build it. And I've literally, I'm day 2 of building it, and it's almost done. Like, it's literally almost done. And in the past, sales pages have taken me weeks, if not months. So that's the biggest thing I want people to take away from this. Don't start from a blank screen. You want to start from a prompt or a template or something, so that your mind doesn't go in 50 different directions.
Exactly. That is such a great summary of what I think the problem is, right? We have so many ideas. We just can't, we can't force ourselves for some reason to just commit to one thing, get it done, and move to the next thing, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then you bring up the whole, it's not only what to post, like in terms of content, it's like, then you got to go create the graphic and do that. And here's another really interesting problem that Cindy brings to the table. Hey, Cindy, welcome. So, and this is a really common challenge as well. I would say, I don't know if it's across all audiences, but I will say for sure with my folks, what is that balance of, too much information? Yeah. So that's a real struggle as well. Do you have any comments on that?
I do. I'll give you 2 philosophies. I'll share with you first a philosophy from somebody else I heard that I really liked, and then I'll share you a philosophy of mine. So one philosophy I heard about this was, think of your free content as short-term wins. The stuff that is the quick win, the short-term gain, something that they can do in the next week right? And then for your paid content, think of that as the content that helps them achieve long-term results and progress. So if you are let's say a nutritionist, right? And you help people with their weight loss journey, well, your content, your free content might help people to sleep better tonight, right?
Mhm.
Here's a tip. Here's what to eat before bed so you can sleep better tonight. Or here's something you can eat in the morning so you have more energy for the gym, whatever. That's a quick win, right?
Yeah.
But your paid content would be then the actual how to lose, 10 pounds, like how to lose a pound a week
Right.
without having to diet, right? So one is the short term, one is the long term. So that was one philosophy. I don't know if you like that one. I like that one. I don't remember
Nice.
where I heard it, but I was like, that's a nice way of saying it. Yeah.
I like that. I
Yeah.
actually hadn't heard it stated that way before, but I like it.
Yeah. Now, my philosophy, and this is how I do it, and
Okay.
this is different for different business models. This isn't going to work for everybody, but I'll tell you my philosophy. My philosophy and my business model is that I am not an information provider. So I don't sell information. I give information freely for free.
Mhm.
However, I create and sell systems that people can plug in to get results. So think about me right now. I'm going to teach you my entire content strategy. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to tell you everything that I tell my paid clients about the strategy. However, my paid customers will buy my pack of templates with the system for how to create the content, and the system they would plug into their business, and then they will be able to create content much easier. So think of me as like my information is free, my methodology is free, my knowledge is free, my tools, templates, resources, shortcuts, all those things that make it's kind of like you can do it for free. Here's everything, and you can do it yourself for free. It's going to take you way longer. If you buy my paid offer, it's going to take you much faster.
Yes.
So I sell speed, not information.
Ooh, and we know people are willing to pay
For speed.
significantly to save time. Like it's been
Yes.
shown over and over again. That is
Yeah.
definitely. And guys, just PS, you help your clients save time too, just so you know, right? Because what are they doing? They're trying to figure out the solution. They're searching their little hearts away on the internet, trying to piece things together themselves, and nothing works. So just thought I'd mention that. That is a benefit that you guys offer as well.
100%.
So, yeah,
100%.
I love that. So, all right. So here, I think this is like the $1 million question. All
Go for
right.
it.
All right. The huge question. How do you make sales on social media? Right? Like I get, and I think everybody here really gets like, okay, you want to get lots of followers, you want to get lots of engagement, right? And I always say, as you all know, get those followers onto your email list. That's really super important, right? Because you own that asset in your business. That all being said, how do we get people to buy on social media?
So I have a really cool analogy for this, and I want you just to play with me and imagine this, and you see exactly how you make sales with it. So I want you to imagine that your industry is an ocean. It's vast, it's limitless, and there's a ton of fishes, a ton of different fishes in that ocean, and those fishes represent the amount of clients, the amount of opportunities, affiliates, the amount of publications they can feature, just everything that is in the industry. And of course, there is a limited number of fishes because, like every industry has its market cap, right? Every industry has its limit. And I want you to imagine that there's two ways that you can catch fishes. So there's two ways to get clients. The first way to catch fishes is you can cast a net and get a fish, right? In other words, you can go in their DMs, you can pitch, you can cold call, you can You can ask people to recommend you. You can just do all of those things, which work. I'll tell you what, it does work. If you do enough cold calls and enough cold DMs, someone will buy. Okay, but there's a second way. And the second way is, what if instead of casting a net to catch fishes, what if you could create a beautiful coral reef garden that all the fishies just want to come to? They want to swim there. Not only they always want to swim there, they want to invite all their friends there because it's just so cool. So what if you imagined that your social media presence is like a coral reef garden, and its job isn't to make people buy and to sell. Its job is to attract fishes into your coral reef garden so that they want to hang out there in the first place. Like, that's the first thing that you need to have in order to make sales on social media. And it's important that your coral reef garden is the kind of place where people hang out to buy. It's not just, oh yeah, we just hang out there to be entertained.
Right.
Do you want to be an entertainer, or do you want to be a business owner? Another thing that the coral reef garden might be, can be an information provider, like a blog. Do you want to be a free info place, or do you want to be a service provider? Which one do you want to be? So you have to create your coral reef garden or your social media platform in a way that when people visit it, they know this is a business. They have services. They sell products. They offer this. They offer that. And there's options of free things, and then there's paid things, so that you're set that scene. So that's the very first thing. All right. You need to have that. And that's, by the way, that's one of my favorite analogies that I use. It's just so it opens your mind to, are you the netcaster, or are you the coral reef garden?
Absolutely. Right? Yeah, you definitely want to be the latter.
Exactly. Sure. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, you need to actually have really good call to actions that show people that you have things to sell. Because so many of us would show on social media. Let's say there was somebody that is in nutrition and movement. Let's say that you're educating people on mobility. Maybe they have back pain, and you're teaching them a tip. Like, let's say you record a video or a reel or a post of 3 exercises you can do to improve your back pain. For example. So you do that, and then you post it, and then you say, let me know what you think. And you just leave it at that. And there's more powerful ways to make the most of your content. And I think a lot of people miss that. A lot of people miss the opportunity to make the most of it. And there's a couple of call to actions I can give you right now.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to attract people, what you want to do is you want to get more comments and more shares. So comments and shares is what grows your audience. So you want to use call to actions such as follow me, like follow me for more tips like this. Share this with someone that needs it. Comment below and let me know what's the next video I should make, or comment below and let me know which one have you done. Share this on your story if you're using Instagram, or share this on your to your friends. Share this on your feed. Comment below and let me know what is it that you're struggling with. It's those 3 call to actions that are going to help you grow your following. Now, if you want to then nurture that following, because you can't just go from, oh, they found you, to then selling. You got to nurture them, right? You got to build a relationship. So what you want to do is you want to give call to actions such as save this post for later, so that you start training people that you are a valuable source that they need to stay connected to, and signals to the algorithm that you are a trustworthy source to that person, so they show more of your content that way as well. Another one would be to say, DM me, right? DM me what you think about this, and that way you can build that personal connection. And then the final ones is, so these are to build the relationship, and then the final one is to actually make the sale. And this is key. Okay. You can pick one of 2. You can either say, comment below if you're interested, and I'll DM you myself. That's one of my favorites. So you could say comment below the word yes, or comment below the word back pain, or comment below the word whatever it is, the
Mhm.
keyword, and then you DM them. Because I'll tell you this, I don't know about any of you watching this, but I have ADHD, and a lot of people have ADHD, and we are
Yeah.
so easily distracted. By the time I've seen your post that I'm interested, I've already moved on to the next thing. If you, however, if I comment yes and you DM me, that allows me to get reminded. So people are nowadays want things to be easier for them. So I strongly recommend that you say comment below with the word yes, and I'll DM you. And then you remember how we talked about attracting Coral Reef Garden? Well, that's now not called pitching, because they've raised their hand and said, I want the information. So now they're in your Coral Reef Garden, and you're just saying, hey, do you want to come hang out with the fishes here? And they say yes, and then you let them know about it. So it's a responsive DM rather than a cold, unexpected, unsolicited DM,
Oh,
right?